Okay, 3, 2. Welcome to the podcast, everybody, where we're currently experiencing some issues that have something to do with Overwatch not starting up. I am here with Darkwave, as always. How you doing, sir?
Hello.
I just have some things I have to say here. Of course, that before we get into what we're going to get into, I would like to say thank you all for the listeners that we've had. We have almost 1,000 listeners on Anchor, so we have a lot of people actually listening to this podcast. I'm thankful. You know,
Say that again. That last part.
we have almost 1,000 listeners.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, we're making money.
I wonder how many of them hate me.
I don't know. People mostly text, hit me up on Twitter or anything at wildfang the Defeationist to pretty much say, whatever, or, you're mean to that other guy, or you're an asshole. And I go, I'm on a podcast with a good friend, my cousin that was more like a brother, and my wife. So, I mean, it's weird. You're mean to that other guy. You're mean to what's his name? And I'm like, I don't give a fuck because he's my cousin. So, and I'm obviously not serious when I call him gay or various of the gay, or call anybody in this podcast gay. Clearly, I'm not serious, but whatever. Anywho, yeah. So yeah, thank you for the listenings. Hope we continue listening.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course. Now, let's start off with some things about this. I'm going to start off with the gaming shit. I was going to start off with wrestling, but Jesus Christ, gaming recently has been what's God. And I would genuinely like to start off with Overwatch because currently I can't log into Overwatch no more. How about you, Darkwave?
I mean, I've logged in, but I ain't got shit. So, I mean, there's that.
Yes. Now, when the thing is done merging for me, because I logged in once, if the thing is done merging and it still says that my PlayStation stuff is not merged with my PC stuff, I am going to stop playing this game. In fact, wow, it just logged into me. I mean, that's amazing. But legitimately, if I don't have my shit from my PlayStation, I'm going to stop playing this game. This game is dead to me. Because there's too much shit that I have done that I am not starting over again. Like, at all.
I'm not starting over on Overwatch ever. My shit is not there on our account that's clearly been linked to their fucking server for however long. Well, let's just say if Overwatch is, if I can't just pick who the fuck I want out of all the characters I've been playing with for the last 4 to 5 years. For those who listen should already know how I feel about Assassin's Creed. Overwatch goes right into that bucket. Never to be touched or played ever again, if this is the case. Garbage.
I'm going to have to agree with that 110% because I would like to play my game where my game was before. Not.
This is why you didn't get rid of the first game.
Yeah.
Ever. You can shut down servers for it, but I would have never gotten rid of the first one. In case you have people who may have deleted the game and don't even really keep up with Overwatch like that. Now again, they did force us to link our accounts and merge it. Could have sworn, a while back. That's why everyone had like new names and shit like that. But it's like, if you did not have that, or you didn't know, or you just stopped playing, and then you see the second one, you want to give it another chance, your stuff is potentially gone forever. I don't know, but it could be potentially gone forever. That's not good. It's not.
It's not at all. And if that's the case,
I don't give a shit. I don't make hurt.
Yeah,
you can have 3 skins, and it doesn't matter. It's not good.
Yeah, I really will have to say that I'm going to join you, and I'm going to announce it to the world that I am officially done, and just going to focus on Gundam Evolution, in which I've been thoroughly having fun with the PC console, the PC version of that game. I'm just not going to attempt to continue this anymore, like legitimately. Like I'm
Kind of
tired.
sucks. It actually sucks that game comes out in such a shit time for console players.
Why you say that?
It comes out, I believe, like November.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So let's be hypothetical for a second.
Mm-hmm.
If Overwatch 2 sells itself out, okay, and everything goes smoothly and everything becomes fine, then we are going to be playing Overwatch.
Yeah.
Obviously. So that's one game. A lot of people are probably going to buy God of War.
Oh yeah.
2 games. Obviously, people will buy Gotham Knights. That's late October. 3 games. Bayonetta 3. Later October. 4 games. There may be some fucking dumbasses out there who buy Sonic Day 1. 5 games. Oh, did I mention Pokemon comes out 2 weeks after those 2 games in November, and then you want to drop Gundam Evolution for console in November. That game is basically dead on arrival.
Oof.
Now, if Overwatch does not fix itself and it stays a shit show, and my stuff is not back, and I have to sit here and grind these characters, which I will not do. I won't play not one fucking game. I don't care. Then obviously Gundam would just take the place of Overwatch, and all is fine. But then there'll still be kind of dead around because I'm not gonna be playing Pokemon. I'm not gonna be playing Gundam. I'll probably be playing Pokemon, Gotham Knights. Hell, who knows? If Sonic actually turned out to be fucking decent, and that leaked storyline isn't true, I'll be playing Sonic. So
I hope that storyline isn't
You
true.
know.
I pray to Jesus that storyline isn't true.
if it's true, man, if that's man, look, no other game, no matter how bad they've been, has hit the Assassin's Creed box. It is sad that in 1 year alone, I'm already considering putting 2 games in the Assassin's Creed box.
I'm about to make that a whole channel for the podcast in what's called Assassin's Creed level shit, and we're just putting down names of the games.
And for those who don't know what the Assassin's Creed box is, I will quickly explain it to you. The Assassin's Creed box is games I will never play ever again. They will never be in my console. They won't be downloaded. When I hear news, they go in one ear and out the other and smack the fucking wall. Now, has Assassin's Creed games been bad? I'm not gonna say they have. I wouldn't fucking know. But Assassin's Creed 3 cut me on the fucking storyline, something I was actually intrigued with, and because of that, they don't get a pass. Top of the franchise. So it's basically games that I look at and say, you know what? I'm done with this franchise of the games. You're into the box of the no return. Now, I will never say there's no chance a game can get out of that box. So far, Assassin's Creed hasn't been touched since Assassin's Creed 3 / Revelations. I haven't touched not one. Not one has been touched. There's not one Assassin's Creed that has been put in any of my consoles since 3.
Mm-hmm.
I took all of them up, even the PS Vita one or PSP one, whichever that one was, and got rid of it. Goodbye. So is there a chance that a game could come out? Sure. Hell. If Assassin's Creed Red is actually a fucking game and it actually looks good and not waste my fucking time, who knows? Maybe, just maybe, I will look at Assassin's Creed and maybe give it a chance. Probably not, but
Red's gonna go back to the live service shit.
You know that, yeah, and so we'll have to see about that. But that's the Assassin's Creed box. Overwatch and Sonic's franchises are potentially to enter that box. And let me tell you, folks, that would mean and now in terms of Sonic, that's just the games. I watched the movies. The games would be killed. This is strictly for the gaming franchise. Granted, Assassin's Creed, I didn't watch the fucking movie because the movie sucked anyway.
Oh yeah,
you get the point.
Clearly, the movie sucked. It was not good.
But it's just the games. I'm not talking about like movies or books. those I might still check out because movies, at least Sonic anyway, has done well. Overwatch, if they came out with a movie, maybe I'll watch it. Probably not, given it'll probably piss me off watching the movie, but it's for the gaming itself. So that is the box.
Okay, I've created the Assassin's Creed box. I'm going to put Assassin's Creed. You said what else? Oh, yeah, this is for me. All EA made games, and what else? Sonic.
Sonic's not there yet. Not
Sonic.
there yet.
I put pending for Sonic.
Yeah, Sonic. And pending for Overwatch as well. Pending further investigation.
Pending.
For those who that's the AEW reference right there. Right?
Shit back. Getting my shit back.
Oh, you know who's actually almost about to be in that thing too, right?
You said what?
You know who's actually very, very close?
What?
Koei Tecmo and their Dynasty Warriors games. Very close. Very close. They are like they're worse than Ice and Overwatch 2 right now. I mean, that Ice, Samurai Warriors 5 and Dynasty Warriors 9 Empires. Oh my goodness, they on thin ice, bro. They are on thin fucking ice with me, man.
Hold up, DW comes. All right, I said pending if a good DW game comes.
Someone put a picture of servers, Amazon servers looking all pristine, and all these different servers, Google, all these different servers, like all these different servers, and it showed Blizzard with a one PC on fire.
Okay.
Oh man!
Oh my god! All right. So,
and for those who don't have the actual phone, like actual like Verizon, Sprint, AT&T, and all that. If you're using like Metro PCS or any of these other fucking companies that are like prepaid, I'm so sorry for you in Overwatch right now.
Oh yeah, no, yeah.
You don't even get a chance.
A lot of those people are complaining, and a lot of people are trying to make fun of those people, but they have valid points. They don't have regular phones. A lot of people don't want to use regular phones.
Why are we making? But why are we? This is my like. Why are we Why are we making a game give a fuck about my phone? Why must I give you my phone to play a game?
Exactly.
Like, come on, man. I'm gaming. I'm not here to give out my cell phone number by scanning a like you get on Overwatch and the first thing it says, yeah, scan this QR code, or because for some reason my phone just wouldn't scan it. Probably was telling me a sign of things to come. Or go to Battle.net and log in and give us your number. My number was never on my account. So I logged into Battle.net, my actual account, typed in my phone number, and lo and behold, then it started giving me servers are not connecting. Oh, you got into the game, but your character's gone.
Yeah, it says queuing.
I've gotten to the game at least like 4 times. So truth be told, I've had many opportunities to play. And usually I would sit here, I think the shortest I probably sat was like 30 minutes. But as a person who played FF14 during its fucking launch and having that fucking queue happen, this is not bad for me because I have things called other console play. And I wasn't upset with the queue times. I kind of just laughed at it because this is kind of amateur hour.
Yeah, how did your servers go from working to shit?
I don't, it's. I don't understand. All these game companies, when they make an expansion or they make a second game, it's almost like they don't think. people are actually going to come back in droves to play their game. I don't understand. After 14, when their expansions come out, or the last one recently, the queue times were ridiculous. You can have upwards of fucking 16,000 people just wait. And you will legit have to wait all that time. Because legit how many people was on the fucking game. And I'm just like, what are we doing? You know your game is popular. You know it's popular. Overwatch is a very popular game, despite what people may say about it. It's a very popular game. And yet, now, apparently they're getting DDoS as well, so, I mean, I'm sorry for them. But it's like, even still, did y'all not think that people who either haven't played Overwatch in years or want to try Overwatch now that it's free, this, that, and the other, but y'all not think that people wouldn't come back and play this game in droves? Your show should be TikTok.
Exactly. Considering that, again, Overwatch 1 was just fine. But
I don't know, man. To me, when companies make these games and then we complain about the servers, and people say, well, this always happens. I'm like, yeah, but it shouldn't always happen. It should not, especially if you're something new, you may not get that issue because you're unproven, right?
Yeah.
You're unproven, so you're not going to get unless your servers just fucking suck. You're not going to get that mass amount of servers. You're going to just have the basic shit. But it's like, at the same time, it's like, if you're a successful game, or even a successful company who comes out consistently with good games, why do y'all make shit servers on day one? Why must y'all sit here and crunch? Just make better servers day one. Open everything up. And then reduce it as you see fit. Open everything up. Now again, actual check marks say that Blizzard got DDoSed. I'm sorry to hear that. It sucks because, that affects your game. We all know how DDoSing is. It fucking blows. I get it. Mm-hmm. But my God, man. Like, the accounts, some people having this shit, some people not having this shit. I'm being doom and gloom about it because fuck it. I mean, it would be doom and gloom because if it turns out to be doom and gloom, then at least I already said it wouldn't happen. I'm not going to sit and say, oh yeah, it's a bug, guys. I'll be fine when it fixes. No, I'm just going to say I don't have my shit forever. Now, if I get my shit back, great.
Yeah, if I get my shit back, yeah, my PlayStation shit. My PC shit, I only played the game for a limited amount of time. I didn't play it for that long. But if I get my PlayStation shit back...
I don't know how that works. Yeah, I don't know how... Oh, I don't know... Well, it's been a year? I think you can merge different accounts, but you have to wait like a year. I'm sure it's been a year since you probably did that, maybe, so maybe it can be fixed. But at the same time, if my shit's gone, you get no excuse. This shouldn't even be a thing. Everything should be like, if you already forced us to be part of your little Blizzard shit when we made the new names, it should be an easy transition. You shouldn't have to hit other button. It should just be simple. Why make people go through hoops? So, I don't know.
Yeah. And the funny thing is, a lot of people's having this same issue. They need to fix it, like ASAP with Overwatch. And again, Overwatch is pending. If I don't get my shit back from the PlayStation version of this game, in which me and my fucking wife did so much goddamn work, I am going to stop playing Overwatch. Like, it's done. There is no more, hey, you can hop on Overwatch. Fuck you. Done. Like, at this point. But next, there was something that you had to say about Cyberpunk. You had a rant.
Oh yeah, the Cyberpunk, the fans, the people out there.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna say we all know the history of Cyberpunk is not good.
No,
The
it's not.
history.
No.
Okay. There are it's been littered with, you know, bugs and all this other shit. Very well documented. The last gen consoles, at least the base versions of them, were unplayable. Basically,
Yeah.
the PS4 Pro was pretty much unplayable. The Xbox One X was somewhat playable. The PS5 version, if you played on PS5 and the Xbox Series, you may have been okay, but we all know the history. Okay, but the last time we spoke about this, I said something about Cyberpunk being one of the most divisive games out there because there are two different types of players for Cyberpunk. There are players who got the bugs and want to shit all over the game, rightfully so. And there are people who didn't get much, who didn't have much problems for whatever reason, and think the game is fucking fantastic, which is also fine. Not going to shit on that person. They didn't have problems. So if they didn't have problems, obviously they're going to praise the game. Like me, I didn't have any problems except for one. Fans, why are we shitting on people who say Cyberpunk's a good game? I don't get it. Oh, we want to give credit to the anime. The anime put eyes on the product. Good. That's what spin-offs and other projects are supposed to do. It did its job. Cyberpunk has been getting updates, has been getting fixes for pretty much ever since they pretty much had no fucking choice. It's been about 2 years now, and they've been consistently somewhat rolling out updates I didn't even know about. Updates I'm pretty sure a lot of people didn't know about. We cannot fucking sit here and shit on Joe, Bob, and Lou that they say it's a great game. The game is good. Now you may have a bad experience with the game. That's not their fucking problem. It's not. It is not their problem that you had a shit time with the game and you want to damn the game as the worst game of all time. It's not. You want to blame, you want to credit the anime. Yes, you credit the anime. The anime did its job. Whenever you do a side project or a spin-off or a manga or anything of that nature, the only thing that title is meant to do is to draw eyes to its original form. When you see anime made today, do you think that anime is made for you and me? No. It is made for you to go buy the fucking manga to support the original source material or the light novel. That's why some anime only has 12 episodes, 13 episodes, and then they're done. Get your ass out there and buy the books. It's advertisement. Cyberpunk Edge Runners was advertisement. Was it a good show? I think it was a good show. And guess what? It got people to look at Cyberpunk back at Cyberpunk and say, you know what? I like Lucy. Let's see how is the it makes no question. Is Cyberpunk actually fixed now? I haven't touched this game since day one. Or I got this game for $1 and never played it, but I bought it because it was just $1. Why not? I want to make me a Lucy build. I want to make me a D build. Or what you want to make? The game brought people to. I mean, the anime brought people to the game. It did its fucking job. Why are we shitting on and giving everything to the anime? It did its job. If the anime didn't draw people to the game, then the anime to me is a failure. A failure. So like if the anime does not draw people to buy the manga, then ultimately that anime has failed. Because it's only there to influence you to go buy its original substitute so you can actually finish it or do whatever the case may be. Now, yes, there are some anime that continue to go on and on and on, and you don't really have to buy the manga. But maybe it forces you to buy the manga because you just want to get the fuck on with it. You want to read it and see and go further in the anime so you can finish it up. You might be that invested. Demon Slayer, etc. But people, if someone says Cyberpunk's a good game, don't shit on them. There's no point. Their experiences with the game is going to be vastly different than your experience. You could have been one of those people who, as soon as you turn on the game, Jack would float up to space, a car probably blew up and more shit, and the game probably crashed right then and there. I'm sorry to hear it. Hell, even now, which is funny, I've seen more bugs just randomly now. Nothing game damning, nothing different that I don't see in GTA or Skyrim. So yes, there's there. Most of them are just funny bugs now when like I'll be driving, the car will just flop over the map somewhere and blow up. That's just hilarious to me. But you cannot shit on people for saying the only reason why the game is good is because yeah. No, it's not the only reason. They fixed the mistakes. They fixed some shit. The game is at least on. I don't know about PS4. It plays fine. I never had an issue. Maybe the people who are playing the game did something that a lot of us did. They was playing it. It was fine. But they said, you know what? I'm gonna wait for the PS5 version to get the best experience I fucking can, and hopefully avoid a game breaking bug. I'll wait for the PS5 version, and then I'll come back. And maybe the PS5 version came out, and they were playing other shit. Then they see the anime, like, oh yeah, I do have that game. They may have fell in love with a character, Rebecca, David, Lucy, whomever, and said, you know what, let me get on the game and see what's going on. Maybe I can do a build like this, or a build like that. Then they go, they play it, they get back to the groove of the game, and they're having fun with the game now. Good. It's okay for a game to be good. Is it okay for a game to come out like Cyberpunk? No, it should have never came out on last year's console anyway. All this is a resurgence of a game. You don't see many games have a resurgence. Once a game is damned, usually the developers give up on it, the gaming community gives up on it, and it goes down the wayside to the fucking void, never to be seen again. Two games I could think of had a massive resurgence. Final Fantasy XIV, when that game was completely shit of all levels, and Cyberpunk, which is a buggy mess developed for last year's consoles where it should never been developed on. About 2 years later, you get Realm Reborn. Changes to Final Fantasy XIV for the better. Look what Final Fantasy XIV is now. Best MMO in the world. Not even close. Cyberpunk, they do some updates. They get themselves together. They're feeling confident in their game now. I don't know how long an anime was planned, but they got an anime done. The anime was successful. It drew people to the game, and now it sold 20 million copies. You don't see that very often. You don't see resurgences in gaming often at all, people. So yes. Now I'm not saying you won't still have bad experience with Cyberpunk. There's still bugs. I just mentioned some not too long ago. And I'm not going to shit on you either if you say Cyberpunk's a bad game. I'm not. There are two different ships here. It's one of the very few games that will ever have two different ships. Usually it's one ship. And maybe it's one ship with maybe a slightly split decision here. No, there's two different ships. A ship of people who got fucked over and a ship of people who didn't. You have to everyone should respect everyone's choices. I can think Cyberpunk's a great game, and Wildfang can think the Cyberpunk game is shit. We've had two different experiences with the same fucking game. It's fun. The anime did its job and brought over the players. The game made 20 million. It's a success now. No matter what you may think, no matter how it started off, it finishes with a fucking success. It's just like the PS3. The PS3 was terrible when it first released. Terrible. Ports were trash. $600. They cared about entertainment instead of gaming. It was garbage. And then it had a resurgence. Devil May Cry, Metal Gear Solid 4, Uncharted. And then towards the end of the life cycle, it became undeniable. Greatness, a non-failure. Cyberpunk is basically almost in the same vein. It start off very rocky, very shitty for a lot of fucking people. Some people, they didn't have an issue. They fix it over time. They do patches. People put the game down. People put the game to the wayside because either they didn't wait for a PS5 version or this and that. Then you get an anime as advertisement, as for this game. The devs are confident. You watch the anime, you want to make your character be similar to them, or you watch the anime, you never even heard of fucking Cyberpunk, you go buy it anyway. You know, you may have looked at some news and say Cyberpunk has added this and added that and added this. You can go get Rebecca shotgun and sit on the goddamn floor. Great. Great. You got the wire. That's always been in the game. All the things in anime has already been in the game anyway. Minus Rebecca's weapon, the wire has been in the game since day one. The little slow down speed has been in the game since day one. Just half of us didn't even know it exists because half of us didn't play long enough for different reasons. So please, people, let it die out. Cyberpunk is a success, and CD Projekt Red hopefully has learned their fucking lessons, and they're confident in their game. You either play it or you don't. You don't like it or you don't. It's very simple. Don't shit on people for having two varying different opinions. This is that type of game. You don't get many like it because of how this game launched. It is ridiculous the amount of shit I see just scrolling around the internet, people fucking bitching and moaning about fucking Cyberpunk. Giving every reason and excuse why it has 20 million buys. We're giving all the excuses. The anime did its job. That's all that needs to be said. It did its job. It's very simple, people. Hope you enjoyed my rant. Hope it made more sense to you. And Wild Thing, you want to add on anything, by all means. But I just had to get it off my chest because it's ridiculous the shit I see just from scrolling. The anime did its job. Let it be. I got enough. Wild Thing? And Wild Thing is either here or not here. Oh, Wild Thing. I hear him rustling in the background. But I don't hear him talking. Professional over here, right? Wild Thing, are you here, young man? I hear his thing moving, but I don't hear him. He had his problem. That was like a chipmunk. Sound like a damn chipmunk. Hold on, let me leave and come back. Wild Thing. Yeah, bro, you sound like a damn chipmunk with the. From Alvin and Chipmunks.
Okay, but back to what I was saying. I was saying that mainly that while Overwatch, no, Cyberpunk, for me, my problems, and I still say Cyberpunk is garbage to me. Literally went into an elevator doing a mission critical thing, and immediately glitched to the top of the elevator after just hitting the circle button to duck. I was just waiting for the elevator to go down, and I ducked through the elevator. And then now when I load up, I end up on the top of the elevator. I can only fall off. So I was like, if this is still happening, I'm going to just go ahead and re-delete this game and call it a day. And mind you, you're not the only person that's telling me, yeah, the game is great now, blah, 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 or whatever. Those are people who have been telling me. And I'm like, okay, that's just your experience. My experience with this game is it's bad. One person tried to tell me, like, hey, man, it's great. Because, this and that. And they added this and that. I'm like, a lot of that stuff was already in the game. What are you talking about? My cousin was just like, yeah, I like how your character reacts to blah, blah, blah. You like a game like this. I was like, I've played it, and I'm pretty well aware that I don't like the game anymore. I'm good. Like, there's this stuff in this game. While it is a good game, the good concept, I'm done. Like, I officially am not going to be playing that. Like, if I play it again, it's going to probably be way when there's a dry spell for me to finally beat it. But for right now, every time I fucking play it, something happens, and then I just cut the game off and stop playing it for a while. So, I'm done here. What about you?
I enjoy the game. I have seen some bugs here and there.
Yeah.
But I mean, this is like 70 hours of playing. Like, I had one bug. I was doing a Judy side quest, and she was talking, and I so happened to just crouch or do something or turn my character or something, and my character pretty much went all the way across the map, right in front of the building clouds, and I could go inside the clouds even though it was closed. I mean, it didn't really bother me because I could just reload that particular part and just continue the conversation.
Yeah.
But it was funny. Yeah.
Yeah, and again,
for me, I haven't had anything. Like, I haven't had nothing that made me outside that first time when the very first mission crashed when I first played the game. I haven't had anything that has made me like, oh my god, what the fuck, nothing of that nature. So for me, I enjoy the game, and this is playing a game across basically 3 different characters, 3 different builds. Because I want to romance Judy, which you need a female for. So I always had to make another female character.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not romancing a male with my male, so I made another female just to get some of these male relationships out of here.
You get a trophy for every last one of them?
I know you have to finish the side quests, but my thing is, I don't know. So, okay, I'll just use Judy, for example. I finished Judy's side quest on my female character, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Got the romance, got, that scene, all that. I don't know, do I get that mission if you're not in a romance with her? You see what I'm saying? So when I do the Judy mission with my male, if I still do those missions, but just don't get the lesbian scene, then it's fine, and you don't have to actually romance the character.
Yeah.
If you have to romance the characters to maybe get the ultimate last mission to get their trophy, then you have to actually romance the 4 main characters in the game. Which then means you have to make a straight male. You can make a straight male. You can make a gay guy. You got to make a straight male, a lesbian, a gay guy. The gay guy can technically do 2 of them. Technically. Now, granted, I don't know if you can do multiple relationships. Like, I don't know if you can romance Panam and then romance Carrie. I don't know. I would assume possibly you probably could.
Yeah.
But I'm not doing that because I'm not going to watch my guy get plowed up the ass. So, no.
Yeah.
But if I have to romance them for another trophy, then I will make a guy to go for Carrie, and then I'll just have to deal with that as I go through it. But as of now, I'm trying to avoid that. So, I don't know if certain quests are tied to romancing the character. I don't know. So as of now, I've won Romance 2 and got the trophy for both, which is one is Judy and one is Pan Am.
And
so we'll see.
Are you trying to platinum the game?
I mean, the platinum is fairly easy. So I figured if I can platinum the game, if I can, I got 19 out of 45 trophies.
Okay.
And it's not seemingly hard. I mean, you got what? You got 4. So you do the story, and there's 4 different endings. So it's like 5 trophies just for beating the game. You got to do all the endings. Then you got to clear the map of all the little stuff around the map, which isn't hard.
Yeah.
Then you got some other stuff like shoot a grenade with a revolver in midair. I mean, stuff like that can probably be cheesed. Reach max level in a skill. I mean, all that can be cheesed. So it's not something that's very hard to do. The hardest thing probably to do will probably be like buying all the vehicles. You gotta just get if you do it legit. Yeah. Let me rephrase that. If you're legit, you'll it may be hard to buy all the vehicles. If you're playing if you're not doing it legit and you use the dupe glitch, then you can just dupe yourself as much money as you need to buy all the vehicles.
How the hell do you do the dupe glitch?
I mean, so the little drop-off box where you sell stuff?
Yeah.
You have to have you have to have an item at least twice for this to work. So you go to the drop box, you hover over the item, you keep it hovered. You hit the button to sell it, and it'll say how many you want to sell. You keep holding the X button. So you can sell one first, and then while holding the X button, it'll bring it back up again, as if you didn't sell it. And then you can sell the 2. It'll dupe in the box as 3, and you just kind of rinse repeat. Now you may think, well, don't you have to buy it? Then you just buy it back. Now you may be thinking, well, the money will increase. It does, but because it's only registering as one time doing it, you're not really losing the money. Because you can have something in there that costs like 40,000 and maybe more than actually what you have. But you gotta remember you've duped it, so it's thinking you've done it 40,000, for 40,000 instead of like the 6,000 or whatever that it actually is. So it's very simple, very very simple.
I'll try it if I play it again.
And that's if it's not patched by then. But honestly, I ain't gonna lie. I did that mainly, for some money, obviously, but I also did for resources, like the craft. I'm not running around here. Granted, obviously, if I didn't have a choice, I would. But I basically just duped up to 6,000 legendary parts for crafting, epic parts. I basically just crafted. I basically duped myself over 6,000 for each crafting component, just so I have them in my inventory. Way I ain't gotta worry about it.
Makes sense.
Because I don't give a shit. It's crafting shit, and I don't really care about I'm not going to be an angel and not dupe the materials. Fuck that. Damn right I'm gonna dupe them until it gets patched.
Well, I'm not complaining, but moving on, of course. There is a pandemic that we have in the gaming industry. I don't know if you've noticed it. Have you noticed it?
What's that?
Oh, we have a pandemic in the gaming industry. A pandemic, whatever the fuck it's called. I don't give a fuck. You know what that disease is called?
What?
It's called pointless fucking remix. Right? Or, fucking re-releases. Those are the most common disease in the gaming industry. Let's start off with one Bethesda and Skyrim. Now, I don't know if you know the Switch edition for Skyrim. Do you know how much money it is?
Yeah, $70.
70 motherfucking. Who in the right fucking mind would pay $70 for Skyrim?
Oh, there'll be some people out there.
Ayo, if you tell me after this podcast uploads that you would pay $70 for Skyrim, send me your address. I will be there. And I'm going to tell you to come outside, stand on your doorstep, and I'm going to walk from your driveway to your door with my hand cocked backwards to backhand the shit out of you for wasting your money. Seriously. Skyrim is on so much shit at this point that you can just get Game Pass and get it. It's on the PlayStation for fucking probably less than $50. If you buy this shit again on the same console that it came out with, again, I am genuinely feeling sorry for you. As sorry as when those idiots paid $1,400, I'm sorry, for the Leon jacket with the Resident Evil 6 edition and $700 for the cloud edition of what's it called? Thank you. You know, remember those people? You know how dumb they were? That was quite bad. Quite bad.
Yep.
And now, at this point, Skyrim is $70 on the Switch. I almost don't want to tell my wife. Because, you know, she'll probably buy it. So, no, they're being stupid. My wife
I would hope not. No, that'd be terrible.
She's not buying a $70 Skyrim. Why would you do that?
I don't think we should be buying. I don't even think we should be buying $70 of fucking Switch games. What? Come on.
Yeah, Switch games are never just $70 worth. They're not like updated like fucking Xbox and PlayStation. But you know, that's another story, and that's another hearsay thing that I don't want to talk about because this podcast will be 90 hours. But like legitimately, this pandemic, whatever the fuck you want to say, is literally a problem because this disease needs to stop. Okay. First of all, why in the fuck are we releasing Skyrim again? I bet you $20,000 that Skyrim is going to end up on my refrigerator, on a smart fridge. All right, you could be playing Skyrim on your refrigerator, or you could be playing Skyrim on like a toenail clipper or something. Jesus Christ! Stop releasing Skyrim, Bethesda. Hold up, my bad. Let me.
People apparently.
Yeah, what were you saying?
Man, people buy it. People, what did the director say? People keep buying it.
Oh yeah. Yeah, go ahead and check that box again. See what happens.
I mean,
yeah, I put it in that box. Bethesda made games. Jesus Christ. First of all, the thing that bugs me with Bethesda is their games are so fucking glitchy and so nonsensical that people always give it a pass. And I'm like, Fallout 76 is notoriously a shit game. Oh, it's good now. No, it's not. No, it's not.
Hey man, you know why it's good now? Because it's on Game Pass, so people can play it for free.
Or you can play it on the PlayStation joint for free, you know? Type of shit, you know? Yeah, that's great. PlayStation is doing a good job with the premium, kind of slightly. I don't want to talk about it.
Nah.
Yeah, I know. Can I give him one thing today? Just one?
Mm-hmm.
But the next thing, besides pointless re-releases, is pointless remakes, right? Remakes. Last of Us Part 1, right? The remake was one of the dumbest things I've seen in 2022. And then I saw the rumor for Horizon Zero Dawn, the remake to that. And I'm like, what is the point of a remake to Horizon Zero Dawn? Now, you see, there are good remakes out there. Demon Souls is a prime example of a fantastic remake. They literally just remade the game with better graphics and added some things, except for you can't cast spells on stairs anymore. You still can't do that for some fucking reason. But it's like Bluepoint just said, you know what? I'm going to take this very fire game add like one or two things of animation or add some things to it, update it for a new audience, and there you go. You have a new Souls game. Congratulations, it's a remake.
A 10-year-old game, I might add.
Yes, and they remade it. It looks sexy and fantastic. And I'm not complaining about Demon Souls remake. I don't care. It's a fantastic game. It actually, legitimately, and I say this with no irony, it's the best looking Souls game that they've made. That's under From Software's banner.
It's a game that actually needed it. It's a game that if you hear it's getting a remake, you're not shitting all over it. No. It's fine to give that game a remake.
Yeah, it was fine. Dark Souls doesn't need a remake. Dark Souls 2 doesn't need a remake. 3 doesn't need a remake. Sekiro, Elden Ring. None of those games need remakes right now. Freaking Demon Souls? Oh yeah, that was fine.
I know something that could use at least an update.
You said what could use an update?
Bloodborne.
Oh yeah, Bloodborne could use a hell of an update. Or a sequel.
We're still in 30 frames per second from software. What are we doing? That's the only game. The only Souls game still runs.
Yeah, it could use a sequel. I forgot that game didn't have anything else to do after that. It barely got DLC. It got one thing of DLC, and that was it.
One DLC, and then that's pretty much it. It's whew. Yeah. But Demon Souls actually needed a remake. I mean, on the PS3, no other way to play it unless you had a PS3. So remaking it made sense, Horizon, no, not so much.
Horizon does not need a remake. It's 110% pointless and unnecessary to make a remake for a game that really didn't come out that long ago, right?
You know what they're going to do, right? Can you imagine? They're going to say, "It's time for us to get our revenge," and they'll release when the new Zelda game come out, and he still get his ass whipped.
You said the new what game?
Zelda.
Oh my god!
Can you imagine? They make a remake to try to go against the new Zelda game to get revenge, but they still lose.
If they decide to put this remake in production, and I'm saying this now, and it comes out during the same time as another high-profile release, do not be surprised if you see me on the news for going to the Guerrilla headquarters and slapping someone 50,000 times. The person who decides the release dates, I'm gonna slap him. Like legitimately, I will slap him. Make it a month before, make it a month after. Do not release within the same month of another Zelda game, Elden Ring, or anything that is high profile that you know is going to be good. Other than that, you're going to look very retarded. I apologize for saying that. Jesus Christ. Was there another good remake?
Oh, Dead Space is looking to be good. Looks good.
Dead Space. Hell. What's the name of that Souls-like game? I'm drawing a blank.
What Souls-like game? That needs a remake? They got a remake?
Yeah, that has a remake actually coming. A reboot coming right now. Shit.
Fuck.
What's the name of that damn game?
Lord of the Fallen?
Yes.
That's a sequel.
No, Lord of the Fallen is a reboot.
It's a reboot.
It is a reboot, sir. That's exactly what it's about. That needed a reboot because the original game was kind of ass.
Oh, no shit.
Oh my god.
That game was fucking garbage.
That game was
the worst Souls-like game I've ever played.
Jesus Christ, I wouldn't say that. But it was not good. It was not the worst.
No.
Oh no.
The worst I've played.
Oh my, I'm about to say the worst is that new one that came out. That shit, what's the
Still Rising?
No, that game is fantastic. It came out.
What new one that came out?
Earlier in the year, and you got guns and shit. It's space themed.
Space themed?
Yeah, it's literally that bad that you don't even know. You don't even know, buddy.
A bad what game is that? Space themed Souls game?
Yeah. I think it's like it's Dolmen. Dolmen.
Oh, that. Oh, yeah, that. Yeah. I never played it, so I don't know. So I'm still gonna say Lords of the Fall is still the worst one I played, but I've
No.
heard some things about that game, and whew,
Dolmen is shit. I'm not gonna lie to you. Dolmen takes the
I haven't
cake.
heard that. And that Tamesia game, I haven't heard too many good things about either.
Timesia at least has the benefit of copying a faster paced version of a Souls game.
Yeah, called
Dolmen, yeah, that's why it's Bloodborne, the game,
which
but it has its problems, you
which
know?
which Lies of P is also copying too.
I mean, Lies of P at
But that
least
looks
looks
good.
entertaining, right?
It looks good. I mean, it looks as good as Still Rising. Still
Right?
Rising. When I was watching that shit, it actually surprised me. I was like, man, I watched some gameplay of it. I'm like, man, this is actually
It's actually really fucking
looking
good.
rather.
Yeah.
This looks rather spicy, and the fact that like, so you know me, I'm usually a speed weapon type of guy,
Yeah.
and the magic weapons, the tonsils are fast as fuck. I'm like, whoa.
Yeah, that game is fire, yeah, right? And mind you, these are the people who made Greedfall. So a lot of people didn't like Greedfall.
Yeah.
I like Greedfall,
Yeah.
but that's just me just liking the game. And I can admit it's
I
bad.
didn't give it that much of a chance.
Yeah. But it has so much shit that it kept me entertained. So I can say without a shadow of a doubt that I genuinely do like Greedfall. Now, that being said, fucking Time Easy is okay. It is not fantastic by no means. It is okay. Dolmen, my whole experience playing Dolmen literally made me want to snap an invisible disc in half. No, the Gamefly disc in half. I apologize. I rented that shit from Gamefly. And then literally promptly returned that shit to Gamefly. Same thing with Saints Row. That shit. Saints Row is also a bad remake. I forgot about that. A reboot. Oh shit. Why did I forget about Saints Row? Maybe because I had nightmares of that game. And I have it on PC, so I couldn't return it. So I'm now stuck with it. In one way or another. Man, this is like therapy to me. But yeah. Moving on. Are you sure you hey yo, go look up Dolmen before like when you get a chance? Just go look that game up.
I mean, I've read some stuff. I haven't. I think what's his name? So I watched Fighting Cowboy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure you've heard of him.
No, I have not.
And I think he's a YouTuber. He plays pretty much like a lot of Souls games. He plays a lot of different games, but he's known for a Souls game.
Uh-huh.
And I think he had a live stream up. I think the live stream was only like for that game. Like, no, I think he did like a Let's Play.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the Let's Play was like one like 2 episodes. So I was like, okay, if this is only 2 episodes long, it's probably some shit.
It is. Oh,
because he did. I'll never forget. He played Godfall.
Uh-huh.
Man played Godfall for like 20 minutes. Like, yeah, this game sucks.
Hey yo, but
which is sad because I probably still play Godfall over Lords of the Fall.
Damn,
I can't even get on the watch. This is sad. Game server connection failed.
Yeah, literally just did the same thing to me, and I'm 49th in place, and it did it again. Then I go back to being 100 in place. But you know, I'm just trying to see if my data finally transferred, and then I'm going to cut the game off for the night. But yeah, looking at the next thing that we have to talk about, all right? What is here? Oh, Halo's decline.
That franchise has been on decline since like after Halo 3. This ain't nothing new.
What is happening with Halo right
now? I mean, this is nothing new. It's been on a decline. I mean, the last like good multiplayer one was what, maybe 3 or 2? The last good story one was fucking Reach.
For me, the last great multiplayer one was Reach, and last story one was ODST.
Yeah, ODST story was great. I like Reach story. I don't like how it all leads up to the first game.
Uh-huh.
And I liked. Well, I can't say I liked Noble Six, but just seeing other spark, like it was a good origin.
Yeah, yeah. But
ODST was fucking amazing. But it's like, I mean, Halo's been on the decline for years. So, I mean, Infinite is a fucking dumpster fire right now in terms of certain things. But I mean, Halo's been on the decline.
It's a dumpster fire.
It's been on a decline for years.
But moving on, Babylon Fall has been officially about to be canceled. So how do you feel about that? That you called a million times ago?
Oh, Babylon's Fall.
Yeah.
Well, it deserves to be canceled, and I don't want to sound. I hate this company, but Platinum Games most definitely deserves this shit. They deserve that failure because I don't know what the fuck happened. And I'm saying this with Legend of Korra existing. This is probably the worst game they've ever made or ever like did anything together with. Legend of Korra wasn't a great game, but the combat was good, which is usually something that usually in a Platinum Games game you can count on. You can usually count on if nothing else, if nothing is good, it will be the combat.
Yeah.
And the combat in this game was shit. And it wasn't fun. So as far as I'm concerned, this is the worst project that they have ever done. Ever. And it's not even close. It's not. It deserves to get canceled. I don't know why it took this long. I guess that one person playing the game was really giving them business, huh? Like they honestly, they should be embarrassed. I don't know what happened there. You know, I know it was a Square Enix published. I don't know I think Platinum Games was the one who, if I'm wrong, I mean, I think it was Platinum Games who developed it. I think. Well, yeah. I don't know what the fuck they were thinking. I don't know who gave them this idea. All I do know is that shit was garbage.
It's still $30.
It should be nothing. In fact, it should be off the fucking store.
It's still $30.
That's nothing I don't understand. Why do we keep games on the store when games are supposed to be canceled? I do think Terra servers are down, and it's still on the PlayStation Store, I think.
Wait, Terra servers is down? I just downloaded that because I needed an MMO.
Terra is dead. Terra is dead, supposedly. Or at least it's been, the server is supposed to be killed off. And yet, we are still having that game in the store.
It was developed by Platinum and published by Square.
Yes.
You were correct, sir. But you know what else is correct? When you called that game was going to be shit before it came out.
I mean, of course. Look, I mean, these type of games, I told you, man. These looter games or wannabe loot games, they're 95% of them are trash. Most of them are fucking garbage. Most of them.
Oh shit! You can't buy it on PlayStation Store no more.
What?
Babylon's Fall. They actually officially. Good. It just says learn more now. Greatness.
Good. The game sucks. And it's being canceled in like 2 months. So, I mean, good. I wish more games did that. But I mean, I've said this. These looter games, these loot shooters, these loot melee, whatever the fuck you want to call them, there's a more of a chance that, and this goes for even Gotham Knights. There's more of a chance that they will suck than they actually be good.
Shit. Oh man, why'd you gotta remind me?
Now I'm still gonna buy Gotham Knights.
Yeah.
I hope it's good.
Me too. I hope Gotham Knight's good.
As long as it's not Avengers, I think I'll be fine.
Yeah. Okay.
But
yeah, here's.
I mean,
the fact. No, it's just the fact that you called it that. Like you called like 2 live service games in a row, and it happened to be exactly what you said. And I was like, damn, you have the same prediction powers as me.
I mean, look at the track record, man. I mean,
just
it's not hard.
Destiny's the only one that's still alive. Yeah, Destiny's the only one still alive at this point.
Yes, in Destiny, I reinstalled in Destiny because no matter how you may feel about Destiny, you may get bored with it or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
No matter how you feel about it, the game is very. I mean, it's probably one of the more. When you play it, it's a very polished first-person shooter.
Oh yeah, you're right on that. I've been playing it recently again. I finally decided to take it seriously. Good. It still feels good. It plays good, and it's actually fantastic. So far, out of all the live service games, because you remember I played Anthem. If you haven't seen me play Anthem, I've played it and did a Defeationist episode on it. It's episode 2, if I can recall, or 3. Is it episode 2?
I mean, Anthem.
Yeah, that game was terrible.
I've said Anthem. The only thing Anthem really got right was it's the gimmick of the suits.
Yeah,
I did feel that the suits felt different from each other.
Yeah,
and I felt like the suits like playing and fighting as the suits were fine. It's just everything else sucked. The gunplay sucked. The story was stupid. Everything else was shit. It's the gunplay. I mean, not the gunplay. It's the suits, the gimmick that they actually got right. I wish that they did better. Like again, I think that the suits were they nailed their gimmick, which is better than what some companies did. I'd rather play that than fucking Babylon's Fall. Hell, I'd rather play Anthem than a lot of games, honestly.
I'd rather just play Destiny and call it the fucking day.
That too. I mean, yeah. I mean, I'd rather play. Now, I think the suits are more interesting than some of the Destiny fucking powers because. But if you said, if I had to pick which one to play, I'm going to play Destiny. It's a far much more polished, far better game.
Yeah.
Than what the fuck Anthem is or was. Yeah. So I mean.
Jesus.
That's just that. But
yeah, I can't believe, man. I played that when I played it and got stuck at that wall. That the wall where you have to do a bunch of shit.
Kill the giants and all this other shit.
Yeah, and then I realized it didn't start from when you started the game, and I said, "Yeah, we are going to go ahead and cut this off." And
the mission when they said you had to run around and kill like 4 of these Titan things, and I was like, "What? Do what?"
Exactly, and I was like, "Huh?"
I was like, "No, I'm done."
Yeah, I literally said, "Huh? This is weird. Oh man, that's crazy. That's crazy." And then cut it off and did a Defeationist episode. And unfortunately for the Defeationist, I have to complete the game. And when I don't complete the game, I still will let people know that. And yeah, I didn't beat that game. I still have yet to even go back to the game. I can, but I'm not going to.
Can you even play that game anymore?
What, Anthem? Oh, yeah.
Is it still, like, up?
Yeah, you can play it. And there's still people playing the game. Unfortunately, it's still shit. It's still bad. The servers are probably dead. I don't know. It's just they're no longer working on it for the future. So, as you can see, that game is quite destroyed.
Bioware, I mean, Bioware is a shell of the former selves anyway.
Yeah. But moving to the next topic here. The one I called Google Stadia. It is also dying, and these idiots forgot to let people know that they were dying. Have you fucking... Oh my god. That shit was actually hilarious. Have you seen that? That they didn't announce to a lot of the people that Google Stadia is dying?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. That was the funniest thing I've seen. I was like, oh wow. So officially you can't... So they said a lot of people who bought their subscriptions can't no longer use it. And then they also said a bunch of shit about, they're going to refund a lot of the games. And I was just like, oh, that's quite funny. It's quite funny. And hilarious.
It is, it's funny how Stadia is just, it didn't have a chance.
It did not. It came out.
If he were saying it influenced certain other things like Xbox Cloud and all, and even if it did, I still personally don't even think cloud gaming is ready yet. There's too many variables. You need like a fucking top tier connection. I don't think we're ready for that shit even now.
No, we're not. Hell, even some people did a bunch of shit with Destiny on that joint, and it's literally causing a lot of issues. Oh shit. That's actually really funny. Alright, and then there's one last thing that I want to talk about in the gaming section, and that's Forspoken. How did you feel about Forspoken?
It looks good. I am interested in it. It comes out at the time of Dead Space, which is less than flattering.
Oh.
But, I mean, I never,
Understandable.
I don't know. It looks good. I'm not gonna shit on the game.
Yeah.
It looks good. I have no I don't fucking know, man. It's a game that's gonna come out because of the shitty time. I just hope. Listen, I just hope that it's good.
Yeah.
Everything points to it being good. I just hope it actually is good.
All right. I hope it's good myself, but that would if it's not, I'm laughing. That's all I'm saying. I just have some funny feeling. I don't know, man. I just have some funny feeling about it for some reason. I don't know why.
I mean, it could be either. It's either going to be a good game or a shit Horizon. I mean, it's.
Yeah. We'll see. We'll see. But let's.
Oh, we definitely will see.
Yeah. I know for a fact that at least I have more confidence in that game than Harry Potter. Jesus Christ.
It's definitely it better be good. I mean, because next year we already know who's going to be the number one and number two of that year anyway.
What games?
So Zelda and I mean, if it's good, Resi 4 and Zelda. As far as like game of the year is concerned, I think it's going to be up to those two. I don't think there's anything else even going to come close.
Oh yeah.
Unless Forspoken is just fucking that fucking great, then that'll be up there too. But I mean, let's be real. You're going against Zelda, which is already hard enough. I mean, and I did that glitch happened again.
Which glitch?
Where I zip across the map again. It's the same quest. It must be this mission particularly. No. At least this time, I'm able to get over there, like back to her.
Yeah.
The last time it glitched me into cloud. It actually put me like into the building. At least this time, I just zipped to the other ladder.
Mm-hmm.
So it must be something with that spot that I just got to. Because it's the same spot. And I think I crouched or something, and it must be something with this mission. I'm playing it with my actual main character because I didn't do it with him yet.
Okay.
This Judy shit. But either way, man, I think next year is going to be ruled by Resi 4 and Zelda. I think.
Back to the remakes real fast. Do you think I really still don't think they should have remade 4, especially after just
they should never remake 4.
Like I really don't.
Should have been Code Veronica.
It should, yeah. I think it should have been like Code Veronica. Apparently, a lot of people think that's weird of me to think that, and I'm like, Code Veronica has gotten no love for the last decade. What the fuck, dude? I met you. When I met you, you were looking at a strategy guide for Code Veronica. I will never forget that shit. And you literally love that game. I know you do.
What, Code Veronica?
Yeah.
I mean, for better or for worse.
Yeah.
That game's pacing is god awful.
But yeah.
But at its time, I mean, I still enjoy Code. My thing is, okay, I don't have. So the team that's doing Resi 4 is the same team that did Resi 2 remake.
Yeah.
It's not the team that did Resi 3 remake.
Oh yeah, so
I'm confident in them. I'm confident in them to make a good remake.
Yeah, because Resi 2
problem is
a good game.
Yes, the problem is when you make a remake, you usually do it to either be better or comparable to your original form. Yeah. Okay. Resi 4, the original game, is still playable even to this day.
Yeah.
It's playable on every console. It's fucking... It plays well even now. Like, it's not like it's a bad game to play. It's not like it has a lot of pacing issues. I mean, there's some things you may not like at certain levels, but ultimately, the game is very playable. It is a very serviceable game, even in 2022. Easily.
Yeah.
The problem is with Resident 4 Remake is that you have a lot to live up to. And I mean a lot. You can't just, Resident Evil 4 was basically a generational game. It shaped the gaming, and you'll never get another one of that. Yeah. But if Resident 4 Remake slacks in any way, I'm not talking about cut content or nothing like that. I mean, yes, you don't want it. I'm talking about overall. If that game lacks overall in any way, you lose a lot of faith in people. Resi 2 was a good game, but there's still problems with Resi 2 Remake that I have with that game.
Like what?
Well, Claire and Leon particularly, you don't even remember that they're even in the. You don't remember that the other person is even in the game.
But wasn't that like the original?
They had the walkie. They spoke more in the walkie. You remember in Resi 2, you had the little walkie-talkie they would speak on. You had the zapper system, stuff like that. Like in the original Resi 2, yeah, you didn't see her a lot, but they spoke more often, so you felt her presence there because you had the walkie-talkies, and then you had the zap system, so stuff you did with Leon may transfer over for Claire or vice versa. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, you can get like the bullets for like that room. You can get the bullets, and if you take the bullets, Claire won't have the bullets, but she'll have like something else in it. It's like that was tight.
Yeah, but Resi 2 literally is basically the same game for both characters, except for their middle sections, and it's right back to their final boss. Obviously, it's literally that. But my thing with Ready 2 was just the dynamic of Leon and Ada. They I mean, not Leon and Ada.
Yeah.
Leon and Claire. You see Claire in the beginning. You see her, going to Raccoon, you get split up. You meet her at the gate. And after you meet her at the gate, you don't see her anymore. You don't speak to her anymore. There's no communication until into the little laboratory.
Yeah.
I literally forgot the bitch was in the game. There's no interaction between Leon and Sherry at all until the last 2 seconds of the game.
Oh, that's right.
None.
Yeah. Because if you play it out like that, then Resident Evil 6 doesn't make sense. And she's like, yeah, he was helpful, and I'm like, if you use Resident Evil 2's logic, no, he barely talked to you.
Yeah, he said what Resident 2, and people complain about like the Netflix shows like dialogue, right?
Yeah.
But we're gonna forget how Resident Evil 2 remake did it. Hey Leon, this is Sherry. Okay. Like what? That's the response. Okay. I love the game. Love Resident 2 remake. It is fucking fantastic.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna just like if we're gonna call out like the Netflix show. They everyone hard she used the Zootopia porn thing, right? I'm like, okay, that is clear. If you listen to how she's speaking, and we've all done this as teenagers. That's literally a teenager being fucking super sarcastic and an asshole.
Yeah.
I had no problem with that line because she was being an asshole. That's what assholes do.
Yeah.
But if we're going to bring that up, we're not going to forget the fact that this whole game, Claire just comes to Leon and say, Leon, this is Sherry. He looks at Sherry like, okay. not hello, my name is Leon, or, nice to meet you. Okay. What? So that dynamic was very just underwhelming for me.
Yeah.
Because I do believe, now I could be wrong. I know in the original, Claire does more with Sherry, but I do believe Leon has time with Sherry in the original, if I remember correctly. It's been a little while. Because don't you gotta get her a cure for her and shit in the original game with Leon and maybe Claire, depending on who you're playing as?
I'm trying to remember myself. I do not.
But either way, I think Leon had more interaction with her in the game and Resi 2 original.
Yeah.
Than what Remake did. Remake, Leon saw her once and that was it. And Claire, now to their credit, Claire, at least in the original, don't think she ever met Ada.
She did not. No.
I don't think. So that's fine. I'm fine with that. But it's now, of course, in other games she kind of meets Ada, kind of. Yeah. But like in I think Umbrella Chronicles is one of them. I think she meets Ada, but Resi 4 it has so much to live up to. It really does. Like this is basically your most important game. Resident Evil 4 is probably Capcom's most important game in the history of Capcom.
Besides Dragon's Dogma 2.
It's definitely the most important Resident Evil game of all time.
Yeah.
And they just have so much to live up to. Like, it's almost like, can you even get better than Resi 4?
I don't think they can.
Like, can you, or like, you're making a remake. Unless you're doing, but obviously they're not going to do a 1-for-1 because they're going to use probably more of the story from Resi 2 remake. So of course the characters might be. I mean, from the trailer alone, you can tell Leon's going to be a little bit more serious.
Yeah, instead of cheesy.
And obviously the Ada situation might be handled differently. I hope it's handled because the Resi 4 remake and the Resi 4 original, I didn't like how that played out. Ada comes back and Leon is like, oh, so it's true. It's like, no, Leon, are we not shocked that she's alive? There's got to be Phil here. How do you know she's already alive? So I don't know if they're going to like change that to where he still thinks she's dead. And then that which is the only reason why I'm buying the game, honestly, is for that dynamic. But I don't know. I think that Resi 4, given the fact that it's been released on everything else,
yeah,
and it's still playable on now.
Yeah, and it just
But
came out with a re-release on PlayStation 4 and the VR.
This is the one remake. This is the one remake you can still play on somewhat current gen consoles, and the newest one's gonna be. It's like. And then what pissed me off too is they're releasing it on PS4.
Why?
I don't know. Now I assume what they did, because it wasn't even when they first announced it, it just said it's PS5 and stuff like that. What I assume happened here is that Capcom probably had a downgraded version of the game.
Yeah.
And they probably played it on PS4 and said this works fine. Either that or this game was made for PS4 anyway. And the reason why I say that is there was a whole different team that did Resi 2 and Resi 3. Two different teams.
Mm-hmm.
So my question is, what was the team that did Resi 2 doing during the time of Resi 3's development?
Oh, they was probably making this game.
They were probably making 4. And if they were making 4, they were probably still having PS4 in mind. Yeah. So either A, the PS5 is basically just a port, or they was doing it for PS4, but maybe moved to a PS5 build. Then one day, one lonely worker booted up the PS4 build for whatever reason, probably by accident, and it worked perfectly fine, and said, "Hey guys, we can put this on last gen too, yay, and get more money out of people." Woohoo!
Yeah, probably.
So I just think that Code Veronica to me would have been the safer bet. And Code Veronica needs a remake. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. That game absolutely needs a remake.
Yeah.
The pacing in that game is fucking garbage. I'm sorry. I like Code Veronica. You can say I love Code Veronica.
Mm-hmm.
But that pacing in that game is fucking abysmal. The backtracking, because of the fact that basically the island is almost like your hub, and you go so far from it all the time.
Yeah.
It is ridiculous. The voice acting is fucking atrocious. I'm sorry. Steve, I actually like Steve Burnside. His voice acting is atrocious up until his death. And even then, that sounded laughable. But at least his character didn't sound like a fucking Claire. He at least sounded like a normal human being for all but 2 seconds when he died.
True.
So it's I would like to have my game remade. Because you can't really, the thing, okay. For Code Veronica, you can only go anywhere but up with Code Veronica because I don't want to say there's problems, but there are things there that, there are things that can easily be done. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Whereas 4, you have a lot to live up to. A lot. Shit. Look at all the DLC that game got.
What? 4?
Only got 2, but 4. Oh. How do you implement Assassin? How do you implement Asylum and Ada?
Oh, yeah.
Those are very important DLCs. Separate Ways, Asylum and Ada maybe not so much, but Separate Ways is very important. Because up to that point, you're like, hey, what the fuck are you doing here? Why are you here?
Hmm.
Now, do they just add that into the game? Because Resident Evil 4, outside of 6, is already the longest Resident Evil game of them all.
Yeah.
6 is 6. We're not going to talk about that. That's just long for stupid reasons. Realistically, it's not that long, but if you count in fucking six fucking characters,
Yeah.
it's long as shit.
Yeah, them doing
The
the
longest
exact same
one, but
thing. Yeah.
yeah, but 4 is the longest one.
Yeah.
And if you include Assignment Ada and Separate Ways, it just makes it longer, which is not a bad thing. So my question is, okay,
What is the separates again?
Separate Ways is basically you're playing the game, but through Ada's perspective.
Okay.
So you remember when you're doing the village, the very first part Ready 4, and the bell rings and all that?
Yeah.
The person who rings that bell is Ada.
Oh.
You find out by playing Separate Ways. Because she sees Leon fighting and running away from villagers.
Mm-hmm.
And like in typical Ada fashion, she sits there, says Leon in like the most like loving, seductive way possible, and then proceeds to go save this man by ringing the fucking bell.
Hmm.
So it's basically like the gaps that were the Ada gap. It fills in all the Ada gaps.
Hmm.
What was she doing here? How did Albert Wesker feel about Leon?
How does he feel about Leon?
He wants him dead. He tells Ada to kill him right many times. He doesn't give a shit, but he wants him dead. He wants Ada to kill him. Who kills Jack Crowther officially? It wasn't Leon.
Oh, Leon didn't kill him?
No. Ada kills him.
How?
You find all that out in Separate Ways. Separate Ways is very important. They fight in separate ways, and she finishes them off.
I thought you blew him up with a rocket launcher.
Who, Krauser?
Oh no, wrong. Salazar is who I'm thinking of. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Salazar Leon kills. I mean that's he kills him. Yeah, that's Leon. But I'm talking about Krauser. You fight him as Ada, and all that.
How did she kill him?
She just killed him. Oh. Normally, it was nothing like out of the ordinary.
Oh, okay.
But you get what I'm saying? Like, she's the one who kills him. It wasn't Leon. Okay. But you find out all that in separate ways. You fight Salazar as Ada. I don't know if you remember when Ada pretty much tells Leon to run and go after Ashley, and she stays and fights Salazar, the main villain. Yeah. You actually do that boss fight. It's an annoying boss fight too.
Huh.
But you do that boss fight. So you see how she gets captured when she's like strung up and Leon throws a knife at her, throws a knife at her ropes.
Yeah.
So it's just basically playing the game. It's basically it's basically as if Resident Evil 4 had like a Leon playthrough and an A and B scenario, basically.
Yeah.
It's not as long, obviously, but it's basically Resident Evil's A and B scenario. A with Leon, B with Ada. So I don't know how they do that, and I don't know if they give you that as a default in Resi 4. I don't know if they'll just do Separate Ways as DLC later, once the game is out and all that shit.
They better not.
I don't know. It was because so the thing with Separate Ways is that it was, I believe,
the PS2
version. It was it was a PS2. Now I didn't have the PS2 version, but I played the PS2 version for Separate Ways. Like I specifically played someone's PS2 version for that because I had the GameCube version.
Yeah.
Now I did get the anthology collection when Resident Evil 6 came out, so technically I guess you could say I have that version.
Yeah.
But I mainly played the GameCube version of Resi 6. So, I mean, not Resi 6, Jesus Christ. Resi 4.
Yeah.
So, that never got Assignment or Separate Ways, but PS2 version did. So, they need to have that either already in the game as a mode, or maybe give her more playable sections. As long here's the thing, because obviously the story's gonna be slightly different, than what the original Resi 4 is.
Yeah.
So they say, like, if you don't give us exactly Assignment Ada, separate ways, I'm not gonna be upset as long as the content that you give us is equivalent to that.
Yeah.
Like, if you want to give, like, you can play the game as Leon, and then you do, say, however many scenarios with Ada, I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
As long as it lives up to what Assignment Ada was.
Yeah.
Because that's very important to Resi 4. You literally find, without that, you're asking yourself, what the fuck are you here for?
Pretty much.
So it's just, I don't know, man. They have a lot to live up to. I would not go for that. I would have went Code Veronica. I feel like Resident Evil 4 Remake is a lot more to plan. Again, who knows when they started that project? I just feel like there's a lot more to plan for a Resident 4 remake.
Yeah.
Than a, say, Code Veronica. Code Veronica, a remake for that is a very simple remake. Fix the pacing, and you're pretty much halfway there. As far as the remake's concerned, anyway.
Yeah. But it's time for us to move on to that good old wrestling product.
Mm-hmm.
So, just want to ask, how you feel about Extreme Rules, buddy?
This is different than the last couple of fucking years, I'll say that. It makes it a little bit more interesting show to watch.
What, oh, okay. I want to say, what's your prediction for the Roman match? But we're going to skip that one because we already know who's going to win the match. Legitimately.
What match?
Wait, no, he doesn't fight. Is he fighting?
Who?
Roman Reigns at Extreme Rules.
No, he's not at Extreme Rules. No.
Oh, I forgot. I thought it was him versus Logan
Roman.
Paul.
LOL, Roman wins. Does not wrestle until Saudi Arabia. Okay. Which, yes, he will win against Logan Paul.
Yeah, that's very fucking obvious. It's not even that's not even a thing that you should even be concerned about because you already know the answers to that question. Like, he's going to win. It's like one of those. It's so fucking obvious. And if you honestly think he's not going to win, it's. I don't even think that's going to be a good match. But what are the matches on Extreme Rules? Oh, Liv versus Ronda. Okay. So yeah, I looked at the card and I totally forgot that Roman's not there. But yeah, man, do you think it's going to be a good PPV, sir? I'm not calling it a premium line.
Well, the WWE pay-per-views have been better as of late, so I have no doubt it'll be a good show. I mean, this is a show that, granted, is only like really one quote Extreme Rules match.
Yeah,
but every match I do believe has no disqualifications. So that's the difference. You're not getting like matches that don't have, you're not getting singles matches with rules. You're getting actual no disqualification matches,
Yeah, I've noticed. I have noticed
this.
Yeah, it's just one Extreme Rules match though, so it's like, oh shit, makes sense.
But everything else is no rules, so you might as well say it's all Extreme Rules.
Yep. I did notice that. I did notice that one of these matches looked real stupid.
What match is that?
The old-fashioned Donnybrook match. What the fuck does that even mean?
There's like a street fight. basically.
Okay, so that's a dumb way of just saying a street fight. You could have just said a street fight or whatever.
You know, they gotta get their own. They gotta get their own spin, man.
Yeah. Okay. Oh my god.
Hmm.
Now I was looking at something. But yeah, they So let's get to these predictions. So first things first is the Liv versus Ronda Rousey match. Who do you think is gonna win this shit?
You know what? I'll be honest with you.
What?
For some odd reason, I don't see Ronda winning this match.
Wow. That's new.
I feel like don't get me wrong. I know WWE is predictable as it is, especially with a lot of this, especially with the Roman booking.
Yeah. Yeah. It's fucking awful.
I just don't see I don't see Liv losing this match.
Okay. I honestly
Charlotte could interfere.
Yeah. Without interference, Ronda's gonna win. With interference, Liv's gonna win.
I don't know, man. I mean, you could give, because the thing with that is, obviously we might get Becky versus Ronda at Mania. We might actually get that match. And it's like, do that match needs the because if you give Ronda the title, I mean, she's not losing it until WrestleMania.
True.
Now, Shayna Baszler can come out there and cause the match as well. Because, eventually I'm guessing they're going to want to turn Ronda officially heel. I would assume at some point. But I don't know, man. That's probably the hardest match to call for me. Just because it's like, I know, it's like I don't see Liv losing. Just because I feel like they did the Extreme Rules. Now, granted, they could have done the Extreme Rules thing to make you think Liv is going to win, and Ronda ends up squashing her. But it's like I feel like you would do the Extreme Rules gimmick to have maybe Ronda it gives Liv a way out to beat Ronda.
Yeah. We'll see.
Without the Extreme Rules match, it's like it's not even believable. Yeah. It's not believable at all for Liv to beat Ronda. But with the Extreme Rules step, it's believable now because she can use weapons, people can interfere, woo. So, I'm going to stick with my guns. I'm going to go with Liv.
Oh, wow. Tekken 2 is ugly as shit. All right, and then next is Matt Riddle versus Seth Rollins in the fourth match that they've had. And I honestly cannot say I'm looking forward to this match at all. Because
in the fight pit, it should be decent, at least.
I mean, yeah, but this is their fourth match. At this point, I'm just like, great, y'all fought in 4 times now.
It's the second match. Wait, 1-on-1 match anyway.
What?
Because they didn't fight at remember, they didn't wrestle at SummerSlam. They brawled, but they didn't wrestle.
Oh, yeah. But Matt Riddle's lost all those matches, though. And I'm very confused. I would have had Matt Riddle lose the matches.
So they shouldn't get here, but Rollins is getting a United States title match against Lashley next Monday. So it's like, do you beat Rollins at the pay-per-view to have him beat Lashley?
Oh, makes sense.
Or the Rollins somehow win, goes into Raw as a winner, and beats Lashley.
We'll see what happens. We will see what happens.
But
we will definitely see what happens because you are making sense.
I mean, my prediction would probably be.
All right, but who do you think will win the match? It'll be Seth Rollins, right?
He shouldn't win. I'm not gonna say Riddle.
You gonna say Riddle?
I'm not confident in Riddle winning, but I think he somehow pulls it off.
All right, that makes sense. I myself am going to say it's going to be fucking. I also think Seth wrong. No, I think Seth is going to win. To be quite honest with you, I just.
I think Riddle wins, but I'm not like confident. Like I could see Seth Rollins easily winning this match.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Hello? Uh-oh. It happened again, boy.
Can you hear me now?
Yep, you're fine.
Okay. Next is Drew McIntyre versus Karrion Kross, but to be completely honest, as I said, I don't see I don't see Karrion Kross losing. Yeah, this is
no, he is not losing his match.
Yeah.
He's not losing.
Like, if he loses, I'll be legitimately shocked. Like, legitimately shocked.
I would too. I don't think he loses. I think Karrion Kross wins this match easily. Well, not easily, but as far as predictions, it's like all my confidence is in this match. If I had like confidence or whatever,
Yeah.
I don't see Karrion losing this match. Not his first big match on the main roster. If he loses this match, he's pretty much finished.
Oh yeah, he's dead in the water. Kind of like how Braun Strowman right now is gearing up for a match with Omos. Like, anybody wants to see that shit.
God. No.
Apparently, Triple H. This is one of those. I'm like triple nipple here, buddy. Why are we doing this? Why are we doing this? Like, who asked for this matchup? It's because they're both big men, but Omos is like watching molasses dry, and Braun Strowman is just boring. He literally had
mighty Marsh.
But, out of this match, I do just see Karrion Kross winning, especially by cheating. Bianca Belair versus Bayley in a ladder match, which I honestly can probably see being match of the night, simply because it's a ladder match.
It could be.
I see Bayley winning.
If Wrestling Booking 101 was to say, technically she would lose, but because Wrestling Booking 101, but because she stood tall on Monday.
Oh,
but again, I feel like Bianca's tower run has run its course, and with this, with this, I guess you can say match, you don't have to pin Bianca,
Yeah, you can make it look good.
so you can keep her looking strong. So I think that helps with prediction that Bailey should win, possibly.
Yeah.
At least that's my prediction. I think she should win.
Yeah, she'll probably win off of cheating. That's why I was like, oh shit.
Well, there's a ladder match and there's no rules, so
Yeah, and of
it
course
wouldn't make sense.
both of each other's squad is gonna be out there.
Of course, the Alexa Bliss Clown squad, or the Bianca Clown squad, and Damage Control, or whatever the fuck their name is.
Damage Control.
Yeah.
I mean, which is fine because at least they have a name.
Yeah.
But moving forward, Edge versus Finn Balor in an I Quit match. I honestly do not see Finn Balor fighting fairly in this match in the slightest. I see him getting jumped. I see Edge getting jumped the whole match. Honestly, I honestly don't think this is going to be good.
I personally think that Finn probably will win this match.
Yeah,
but not by not by like beating Edge to a pulp or nothing like that. He might use say like Beth Phoenix or something,
yeah,
or maybe he uses Rey Mysterio or something to make Edge say I quit, possibly, to save someone for Edge, Edge to save someone or something like that. Cause I just don't see them beating Judgment Day right now.
yeah. I don't see it either. And lastly, it's the Brawling Brutes versus Imperium in a 6-man good old fashioned Donnybrook match.
Mm-hmm.
Who do you think is going to win that one?
I mean, it should be the Brawling Brutes, right?
No, it's probably going to be Imperium. Think about it. The Brawling Brutes is going to be like, first of all, Gunther had. They're trying to recreate the magic of Gunther versus Sheamus. So that's what they're trying to do. Unfortunately, it's not going to work. I guess it's Gunther versus Sheamus was a match of a lifetime. But I have a funny feeling that Imperium's going to win. They just got him back together, man.
Yeah, but I mean, they've won everything in terms of against the Brawling Brutes. Because I mean, Sheamus is not beating Gunther for the Intercontinental title.
True.
And I mean, Gunther can lose that match, but not take the pin. You can have, say, I don't know, Rich Holland or Pete or Butch pin, say, Fabian Eichner or sorry, Ludwig Kaiser, or one of them can be pinned and not, because this is Sheamus' match. He already lost one of these matches to Drew. I don't think he lose twice. His match twice. I don't think.
True.
I think the Brawling Brutes win here, and Sheamus loses, of course, on SmackDown for the IC belt. Even though, what's his name stood tall, Gunther.
Mm-hmm.
I still think that perhaps, I think the Brawling Brutes win that Extreme Rules, and then Sheamus just lose his shot at SmackDown, and we just be on with the races. That's what I think, anyway.
All right. So I guess that's everything for the podcast. Is there anything else you wanted to add before we cut this shit off?
No, nothing I wanted to add.
Are you sure about that, man?
Yes.
Lastly, I just need to ask one question. Is there anything you're looking forward to in terms of the wrestling and the gaming process?
You said wrestling?
Yeah, gaming or wrestling.
As far as game is concerned, I mean, being able to finally play Bayonetta 3 in
Oh
a couple
yeah.
weeks.
Oh yeah.
Trying out Gotham Knights in a couple weeks. Um, Outside of that, not much. As far as wrestling, not much. I mean, just seeing how it continues to just to keep seeing how Triple H continues to book the shows. I mean,
All right, we'll see.
pretty much as far as wrestling.
Yeah. For me, gaming, I honestly I don't have anything for gaming right now. Jesus Christ. We'll see what happens. 'Cause right now I'm a little bit stuck. I don't know. Gotham Knights. I'm afraid. It's like I don't know what's going on recently, but you've just been afraid of just like getting certain games, and hopefully it's good.
Well, unfortunately, with gaming being so inconsistent,
Yeah, that's what we're stuck
um, you literally have to you have to buy games on whims.
with.
Like the only thing you can only go by is who's making it, and obviously it's by people who made Arkham Origins,
Which is
which
the
wasn't a bad
worst
game,
game.
but it wasn't a good game either.
Yeah, it was their worst. It was the worst
So
game in that series.
yes, but again, that wasn't Rocksteady. So it's like, can they make a competent? Can this group make a competent game? Sure, Arkham Origins was a competent game.
Yeah,
It obviously wasn't the greatest one ever, but it was competent.
yeah.
It was fine. So can they make competent games? Yeah, sure, but how is Gotham Knights going to play? I mean,
I don't know, bro.
I don't know.
And that's what makes it even more scary. It's like you almost cannot be like, yeah, it's
I mean,
100%. Yeah,
you look at the gameplay, and it's like some characters look fine, other characters look like you're very iffy on them. Robin looks good. Batgirl looks fantastic. Nightwing is Nightwing, and then you get to Red Hood, and you're like,
yeah. But I'm gonna go ahead and cut this podcast off. Good night, everybody.
goodbye.
Jesus.